Okay, hi everyone. This is a treat for all of you amazing people who are really excited about what Lynn and I are doing with the Global Difference Makers and the Global Visibility Initiative and the crowdfunding campaign that we've been talking about. And Lynn is actually getting ready to interview me. The video that we're creating, the interview that we're creating is designed to go right at the top of the crowdfunding campaign page. And Lynn's going to explain to you the ins and outs and everything behind it. But the whole purpose of this particular video is to explain why I'm so passionate about the global difference makers and what all this is happening, who is it going to help. But as you're watching this is the video that you're going to be kind of learning from in a way, but this is what you're going to be creating. This is what Lynn is going to be creating if she's doing a crowdfunding campaign with you. So what she's walking me through is a set of questions that her and I have been working on it. It's designed to really pull out the information for your docu-branding story, the story of you, the purpose of your products and services, why you're doing what you're doing, all that you've been working with me on, or if you haven't, you should be working with us on. Okay, so let's just get clear on that.
Yeah.
So because it's like a over the shoulder, behind the scenes, pull the curtain out, all the different things that you've been hearing. Like, people say it's very valuable. Guess what? It's extremely valuable. So you're going to see Lynn walking me through a process. So without further ado, the rest of this is going to be self-explanatory. So Lynn, what are we doing here? Oh, by the way, I'm so excited we're doing this. Like, this is all this work that we've been doing of planning and training and all these things we've been doing for months is coming together right now. So take it over. Let's work your magic here.
Hi, everyone, and I am the one that's excited.
Well, who's more excited? Wait a minute. Are we having an excited contest here?
Okay, we're both excited, but now it's my turn to talk about my excitement, because we have been working on this for quite a while. We've gotten the campaign to a certain point where part of the process, and as many of you know, the crowdfunding success blueprint is what we actually go through to create your campaign. And once we get through that process, we kind of bring everything together and we create this video. What's so amazing about it is that Ann and I have done this process. We've gone through the guide, we've created the campaign, we've created the messaging, we've created the channels that the message is going to go out in. We've created the rewards mechanism that's going to be that is set up for the campaign, and those contributors who are actually signing the dotted line and giving their donations actually get in return for those donations. And now, because we have gone through that entire process, we're able to bring everything together to really clearly articulate the message that is going to go out, that's going to have people to hear and see and say, I like what they're doing, I love what they're doing, and they will want to contribute. So this is the plan. This is like the next to the last step in the entire blueprint system. And I'm so excited because I get to interview Ann. Many of you who have gone through her training, she's such an awesome trainer. Her golden nuggets are diamond. And what we're going to do now is I get the awesome privilege to bring some of that out of her to share with you. So without further ado, we're going to get into the interview. And we're going to treat this like an interview. I'm the interview host, Ann is the interviewee. I'll be asking her the questions that really bring out the essence of the project, as well as more of who Anne is and why this is so important to her. This is the same thing that you'll be going through as you create your campaign.
Well, no, before we do the actual interview, Lynn is going to walk me through the interview questions that she has sent me that I haven't actually gone in and answered the questions. This is the information that she's pulling out of me with all the work that we've done. But you know, when you're on camera, you want to be very specific in the questions and the answers, because everything has a purpose. Everything is designed to bring up a certain emotion, to explain certain things. So while we've been working on this campaign for a while, we know exactly what it's for, what we're doing. The questions that Lynn will be asking has to bring out the information she wants from me. Okay? This is it. So she's designed these questions in a specific way. And what we're going to do is she's going to ask the question and explain what's the thought process behind it, what am I getting, and then you're going to see my response. You know me, I'm very off the cuff. I'll ask the questions, come up with ideas, and we'll co-create. And this works beautifully because Lynn also thinks that way. And what I love about Lynn is that she's very good at listening and bringing out what it is that if she was interviewing you, you would want to get across. So she's amazing at support. And this is what we need at this particular time when we're looking to get the message out, to make sure that the person who's interviewing us, and this is when we're going to be the most nervous, when we're getting ready to hit the record button, and having somebody who knows how to listen and guide us through the final steps and make us feel comfortable is crucial. And this is what Lynn is absolutely brilliant at. So we figured, while she's walking me through the process, and I'm going to ask all these questions, all the buzzing ideas that are going to come up in me, because I'm so excited about finally getting this campaign out, as you're going to be saying, finally, I've been working so hard, it's out. So this is where we're at right now. So we're setting the tone, and so ready, Lynn, we're going to go to the very first question, or the opening. So tell us about the opening.
Okay, good. That's where I was going. So first of all, because we've been working together diligently on creating your campaign, I know a little bit about you. I know enough to make an introduction that's going to be captivating, and as Anne teaches, has that hook that makes people want to hear more about you, about the purpose of your campaign, and what you need. So the introduction is designed to do just that. Introduce you, introduce a little bit about the project, but then the questions that I ask are those questions that allow you to talk about the project. So most people, through the introduction, will know a little bit about Anne, a little bit about her background, and the fact that she's passionate about doing something. And in this case, we want you to know that she's passionate about helping the expert next door to gain more visibility in the marketplace. And she's come up with this brilliant project called the Global Visibility Initiative. And for those who are in this process, it's important for people to understand the underlying reason that you're doing what you're doing. And so my first question for Anne is, what is the Global Visibility Initiative? And her response would be to inform you about the who, what, where, why the Global Visibility Initiative has come about, and the intended outcomes. Why did she want to do this? Who's going to benefit from it? But to introduce you, the audience, to what the project is, the first question should be in regards to bringing that information out from you. And so, what is the Global Visibility Initiative?
Well, I think you just glossed over the thing that is the opening, the introduction. So go ahead and introduce. Let's talk about
Oh,
how you're going
okay.
to introduce me.
I'm
Right?
gonna
So let's agree. Agree. Yeah.
Okay. So I've given you the backdrop, and now here goes. Hi, everyone. I'm Velan Hawkins, CEO of the P3 Academy of Social Entrepreneurship and host of the Crowdfunding Hacker Show. And I'm with you today, extremely excited to share dear friend and colleague Ann DeVere with you. Ann is executive producer at GVN TV and creator of the Global Visibility Initiative. So let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered how some people get on camera and look so polished and sound so professional, so intriguing, and are such great storytellers? Have you ever thought about how does that happen? Well, wonder no more. Many of the experts that you're seeing out there right now that look and sound the way that they do, it's because of Ann DeVere. She's a genius and has been making a big difference in the work that she's done her entire career, most recently in her training experts across the globe about how to increase their visibility and influence through video, and has been producing the Access to Experts show, and she's a true social entrepreneur. She says, when you've identified and are operating in your gifts to serve your clients and your customers, as well as give back in some great way, that you're in your gift shift. And I love that because I believe that Ann lives, moves, and breathes in her gift shift. And now she's here to share some of that with us. Ann's created the Global Visibility Initiative and the Global Difference Makers show. And as you would expect, it's all about visibility for the global difference maker. So let's talk to Ann and take a look at what she and her team are doing, because if you consider yourself an expert or an aspiring expert in your field, you want to pay close attention to this, okay? Ann, welcome. It is so great to be with you here today.
Thank you. So teaching moment. Now, this was quite a long introduction. And we don't know who it's going to be in front of. And we want to go into any shows, as you see, it's like right away, you want to start with the hook. So what you have is that we could go back and forth a couple of times. We can build that within the conversations, within the questions, because you know so much about me. There's a lot of great content there. And as you will, when you're interviewing others, you're going to be pulling out, interjecting all this. But that was quite a lengthy introduction. People already, when you're doing the show, when you're interviewing people, they will already know your name will be up there. You, Lynn, your name, your logo should be up there when you're interviewing them, so they're going to know you're the P3 Academy, you're Lynn Hawkins, and all that. So right away, when you start at the top of the website, we want to grab people's attention. Remember, this is, hey, why are you here? We have a split second, basically, to grab people's attention. So we want to work on that rather than introducing yourself. Come up with a hook right away.
So your feedback on have you ever wondered how some people get on camera and look so polished and sound so great?
You can do that, and then spin it off to, you know what? I have been training people. I have as a show host and as a trainer, as crowdfunding. And I interview people all the time. So then you weave yourself in there. Talk about who you are. Very, very, very important. So we're going to do that. We're going to switch things up a little bit when we do the interview. Okay. And the reason I actually let it go on the way I did, because it's natural we do it like that, and everybody would want to do it. But remember, this is a crowdfunding campaign, and we're sending people up to the page for them to right away be interested in the person that we're showcasing.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome. Now, So I got to switch on to the what was the question? What is the Global Visibility Initiative? There we go. Okay, so let me see if I had jotted down something here. Okay, so let's just we're going to go off the cuff. So the Global Visibility Initiative, it's actually it's my passion right now. It's about making a global difference, and it's really designed for the expert next door. And I hear all the time people saying, you know, I wish people knew how good I am. I wish people knew how amazing these products are. So I'm like, well, let's tell them. Let's tell them. Let's put you in front of the people who should know how good you are, should know how amazing those products are. So the Global Visibility Initiative is really designed for the expert next door, who has a message, who has a solution to a lot of problems we have. So it's like, basically it's no expert left behind. That's what we're going after. Whether people want to be interviewed on TV and share their brilliance, or they want to be a show host or anything in between, that's the Global Visibility Initiative. It's a movement. It's a movement. It's a global movement to get people visible and share their brilliance.
I love it. And that is the answer that we would be looking for, that helps explain what your project is. And we know that Anne has the Global Visibility Initiative, and there is something, a part of that she's created. And the next question would be actually to bring that piece out and give you a little more clarity about it. And as host, I would say something like, you know, I love the initiative. I love how you got it started. And I can't help but think that all of this is such a divinely inspired project. And I know that you've created the Global Difference Makers show and a fundraising opportunity around it. Why are you so passionate about doing the Global Difference Makers show?
Yeah. Well, this is where everything gets very exciting for me. Actually, the Global Difference Makers. This is one of those, like you said, divinely inspired, you know, moments, and we all have those divinely inspired moments, the things that we have to do, we can't help but do. Well, I usually get those divine inspirations like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I actually went back and looked up the date of something happened right about that time. It was 2010. I woke up 3 o'clock in the morning with this idea of the Global Difference Makers, every aspect of it. I'm not going to go into all the details, but let me tell you what it is. It has to do with 12 different countries, first ladies of those countries. I mean, Global Difference Makers. I got the name, and I've had the domain name for 10 years. So yeah, it was divinely inspired. And the reason I'm sharing this is because the idea was so big for me. I was like, I'm not doing that. No, go find somebody else. But the idea would not leave. And I said, okay, fine. You want me to do this? Send me the people to do it with. And I have watched for the past, since then, I have watched all the pieces of it to come together. And it was when I accepted, fine, I don't know how this is going to end. It's so big that I can't even imagine how big it is, really. I just feel it. Fine. I had faith that I was going to somehow do it, and I would just know the next indicated step. So that's what the Global Difference Makers is. And since then, like I said, I watched it all come together. And the Global Visibility Initiative is a result of that. And since my passion is working with the expert next door, the amazing people, because I meet them everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. And as a matter of fact, even Access to Experts was created because I had some amazing clients who the world should know about. That's when we would take them into the Channel 6 in San Diego, interview them on the news desk. So everything I've done since then, everything I've done is, you know, it's about giving people visibility. So that's where it all comes from. And the reason I'm going deep into this is that as you're putting together the why of your, why you do, why you want to create your crowdfunding campaign and get it out there, if we just take a step back and look at all these dots all around us, things are leading us in one direction. And that was one of those moments for me. So the Global Difference Makers is the foundation that the access to experts and the global visibility initiative, all of this are sitting on. So yeah, it is definitely divinely inspired, because something like this, I would never be able to think of it on my own, not even close. Yeah. And that's why it's
And
important. So, yeah.
yeah, that is the beauty of creating messaging like this, because you do get to go deeper inside of you to really understand your true why behind doing what you're doing. And I love you teach about it as far as getting to understand your gift shifts and your gifts, but then your gifts as they apply to the things that you do. You are one of the best trainers, and your passion for helping experts is so well placed, and we've seen you do it for years. This is like the next evolution of it, and it's just beautiful to see. And that is what we want to get out of. That is what I want to get out of everyone who's creating their campaign, who's trying to figure out, whether I'm raising money to really get my TV show produced. Yes, but that's only part of the reason. I'm raising money to get my book published so that I can use it as the framework for my TV show. Yes, but that's only part of it. So when you think if that is only part of it, what's deeper than that? And what's deeper than that is the people that you will serve. And there's two parts of that. And for instance, is serving the expert next door, helping them to get their message out and be more globally visible. But what is the reason that those messages really need to get out there? And that is relative to the next question that I would be asking her. So, we understand the passion that you have for your project, and it has so much to offer, especially to the experts. But how about sharing with us who are the others that will benefit from this project? Every expert that you put out there is getting out there to do something. Who's going to really benefit from the work that you're doing with the Global Difference Makers Show and the Global Visibility Initiative?
Well, it has that whole ripple effect. The first thing that we want to take a look at, first, being globally visible. That means that people from across the globe can see us, and we have, the social media that we have at our fingertips right now. All the different, whether it's a plugin, whether it's a sharing site, whether it's whatever video sharing sites, whatever it is, we have access to YouTube, Facebook, all those to go global, and that means that we don't really know all the people that are going to be seeing and listening, to what it is that we're saying. We don't know who really we're going to be inspiring. So the bigger ripple effect is that we really can make a global difference. We hear about the butterfly effect, right? One little butterfly can change things. Think about one little message, something inspirational you say, somebody hears you who you will never, ever even see. So that's one. That's not really tangible. It's just one of those knowing things, knowing there's something somewhere we're going to do. So let's back up from there a little bit. Now, if we go back to why and how I started doing this, the access to experts show that we put on, at that time, we did not have the internet and social media, all that. To get on television in those days, you had to have a reel. To have a reel, you had to be on TV. So there was a catch-22 happening there. To get on an NBC, CBS, on the TV shows, they're not going to just blindly put an expert there. So that means you have to be on TV, but if you don't have a video Well, that's where access to experts came in. What we actually did, we would take, you know, experts literally would go rent the Channel 6, the TV station in San Diego on a Sunday afternoon and interview, you know, our clients right there on the news desk with one of their reporters. So now they were able to have global visibility, if you will, elevate their expert status so they can be seen and heard by the people they wanted to support. Well, this is where I want you, the mindset behind it. Who wants to be on interview? People they wanted to get on TV because they wanted to sell their books. They had a message. They had a program. They had, you know, these are experts. The expert next door. They're speakers, authors, coaches, consultants who want to change the world and make a difference in people's lives while growing their business. So if we're all, you know, sharing our gifts, making the world a better place, because I believe if we all do, you know, what we're meant to do, I call it the gift shift. If I do what I do and it helps you, you take my gift and use it to better what it is that you're doing, to get the word out there about what you're doing, then I shift my gift to you, you shift your gift to somebody else, and that's how it works. And if there were no shoemakers, we would all be running around barefoot, right? So, bottom line here is that that's one aspect of it. The expert next door is the key to making everything better. You know, if each one of us was to get out there and do what we do, think about all the people we could be helping. And by a lot of people knowing who we are, I mean, there are 2 billion people on Facebook alone. Is it possible that we share our brilliance and share our knowledge, that some of those people might like what we say or do and want to actually buy our products and services and hire us to support them? Yeah, you betcha. So that's the simple idea. This is the purpose of what I do, is to show people how they can show up looking powerful and confident and competent, so the people who are watching them will know, like, and trust them. And this is where it is. How, you know, we always say, all things being equal, you know, we will buy from people we know, like, and trust. Well, how will people know you? Get out there, share your message. And how will they like you? By getting to know who you are, sharing your message, your docu-branding message, the story, why you do what you do. And how will they trust you? Is by them actually experiencing some of your knowledge, some of your teachings. And so that's it. So that's the mechanism. This is what everything is built on. This is to empower the expert next door to be known, liked, and trusted across the globe, and have that ripple effect where not only we're helping each other, but also all the other people we will never know who they are.
That is the root answer, that every question that I bring to an interviewee in this process is actually designed to get to. And that was beautifully shared. Thank you, Anne.
And time. So, by the way, I give a really long answer. I was zigzagging all over the place. I was using some words that could have been said or done a little bit better. And this is where Lynn and I would actually look at it and say, you know, why don't we say this in a different way? Okay, so this is where the information will be, because nobody wants to sit there and listen to me answer one question for 15 minutes talking about different things. So this is where Lynn will be coming, okay, you know what, I really like this, and I think this would really matter. Let's say it this way. So all of a sudden, the 15-minute answer, or whether it was a 5-minute or whatever, becomes a 1-minute answer or 2 minutes, where it's going to really focus on what it is that we want to get across.
Absolutely. And I do want to recognize that you had some training tips in that answer.
Yes.
Because I think your true answer was about the ripple effect. And getting into that, when you completed that thought, you then got into this training mode, which is your modus operandi.
Yep. Yep.
But yes, you're absolutely right.
But you know what, that's what you brought up. See, this is the opportunity to actually teach during this, to showcase what it is that we do. So this is what I teach. So I naturally went into it, but if you're talking about your products or services, then you talk about why you're so passionate about that product, why you're so passionate about it. So we can't help but teach while we're doing this. And the whole thing with it is to be able to figure out which one of those things do I really focus on? What do I really say? And how can I say it in the most powerful way possible? So that's the trick. That's the hard part, actually. And that's why Lynn and I do what we do. Okay, so you're watching this? Yeah, you're in the right place to learn how to do it. No, so this is teaching within the teaching. Talk about nested, right? Nested training.
Really, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And deciding on your end how much to answer is to answer the question. When you're in an interview, and most of us who are going to be doing crowdfunding campaigns, when we get to this place, we're actually going to be in the flow of an interview. So you're already going to be set with, I'm answering the question because I know what people need to hear. Ann and I are bringing in the extra piece here because we are intentionally utilizing this as part of the training.
Yeah.
So just keeping that in mind, thank you, Ann, for bringing that up, because that was a key piece there.
Yeah. That's what we do. We're tag teaming here, training. There we go. Okay, so we're moving on to the next question, right? Are we complete with that one?
We're complete with that one. And I think you may have, no, here we go. This question is actually going to bring out a response about the fundraising, because people know that the project is happening. People know that, you're passionate about it. They now understand the why. Now they want to know, so you talked about raising money. What do you need? How much? Where are you going with all of that? And that's what we're getting into now, because it's important to also know that you're raising money for a specific reason, even though the impact is so much greater. So bringing in the money side, it's the conversation around you're raising funds for this project to bring what really sounds like an amazing opportunity to difference makers and ultimately touch millions of people's lives. So tell us, how much money do you need to complete this project and get the Global Difference Makers show in front of, 50 million, 100 million people across the globe that you talked about?
Yeah, well, first, yeah, I love that we're thinking like 50 million people. Okay, now it's really doable. If Facebook alone has 2 billion people, why can't we get in front of 50 million people if we're creating something that's going to have that ripple effect? It's going to impact people's lives. And we all want to do good. We all want to help. And so let's just talk about that before we go. Well, no, I should tell you. So if any of you have thought about doing any kind of production, if you're thinking about putting together maybe a 30-minute video of any kind, or 60-minute or whatever, anything, they go into hundreds of thousands of dollars. They easily, $100,000, $200,000 for production alone. Well, because of the way we're doing things, because, just to show you right now, okay, technology that I'm using and the teachings, all that we're doing, a lot of the people that we're working with, we produce our own videos. So all we have to do is raise money to kind of put it together and promote. So we figured out that, for $50,000, we can actually produce a 30-minute show and promote it because of the way we'll be doing things, including crowdfunding campaigns and nominations, all those cool things. We'll talk about that. But I started doing the numbers, right? Now, 50,000 people will impact, let's say, 50 million lives, right? It's 0.001 cent per person. So we can actually impact for a penny, we can impact 100 lives, basically. Okay, so a dollar will impact 1,000 people's lives. So is it possible for us to like create something and say, you know, if you donate a dollar, we can get this message in front of 1,000 people. You'll be able to help 1,000 people. And this is where I want everybody to really think about, because I know we see those, you know, the children that are hungry. And if you donate, you know, for what you pay for a cup of coffee a day, you're going to feed that child for a month, or for a week, for a day, whatever. You can buy this, you can give them health care, you can bring clean water. And we understand, we're like all of a sudden, like, you know what? Yeah, yeah, $5 here, please give that kid some clean water. I want to help. All of a sudden we feel like we can do it. It becomes doable. If somebody says, you know, go to that village and take them some clean water, it was like, I don't know how to do that. But if somebody says, give me $5 and I will take the water for you, it will happen. So we're happy to do that. We can do that. We feel empowered. Now, in this case, I want you to think about this. Would you donate $1 to empower 1,000 people's minds and knowledge so they can take care of themselves, so they can take care of their neighbors? So how much empowerment is that? You know, that's the idea that we're going with. These are the minds we're impacting. This is knowledge that we're giving people. Access, we're giving them access to, you know, transformational information. So would you be willing to share your knowledge, to give $1 for us to share knowledge across the globe? So I want everybody to start thinking it that way. So when you're doing crowdfunding campaign, let's think about how is it going to impact. In my case, I'm sharing knowledge. In my case, if I can put 50,000 experts across the globe in front of the people they're meant to share, talk about ripple effect. That's what the Global Difference Makers is all about. That's why we want to be showcasing people in the TV show to share the knowledge, to have the impact, to inspire others to get on. So whether they want to get on Facebook Live and share their information, whether they want to get on network TV, I don't care where. As long as they want to get out and share their information with the click of a button. Now, you're watching me. Look, I can, you watch me click through. I'm sitting in front of a green screen in my $300 studio. How many of you can do that? What if we could actually, you know, create a mechanism so people can easily have their own studios? We can do that. What if I was just to share the knowledge of how to do that? We can do that together. That's what the Global Difference Makers is all about. That's what the TV show is about. That's what the Global Visibility Initiative is about. Empowering people across the globe. So that's what the crowdfunding campaign is for. So that's what the $50,000 is for. We want to empower 50 million people. So it's a 50-50 campaign launching. Okay?
I love it.
50,000 people impacting 50 million lives.
That is
$50,000 impacting 50 million lives. Or maybe we could do 50-50-50.
You know, that's the energy that we want to bring into this. And it's this kind of knowledge shared that helps to bring that to people realizing the true impact of the work that they're doing.
Yeah, and we want to bring this into organizations, associations. We want to be training reporters within organizations so they're able to have their own TV channel showcasing the good work that they're doing, whether it's a nonprofit. Show us where the money is going. Whether it's a for-profit, great. Show us where the knowledge and the do-good component of your business is, because every business should have a social conscious component somewhere in there, right? That's why we do what we do. So that's the excitement of it all. That's what the Global Difference Makers is all about. So, you know, basically every show, every 4 months, we'll be producing a TV show with 4 amazing global difference makers. We want to inspire people. And that means that we have an opportunity to showcase a lot of other people, even if they're not on the show. There's a whole mechanism set in place where we will be spotlighting and showcasing people who are really making a global difference from where they are. Whether you're in New York City, whether you're in a village in Africa or in Thailand or in Russia, wherever you are, it doesn't make a difference where you are, you know, from a village or a big city. Again, let's, you know, making a global difference together.
Love it. And I just want to, you brought up something that is maybe the first time that you've mentioned it in the conversations that we've had for others to understand. And you talked about associations and organizations that are membership based, and that you've designed a way to bring the initiative and the global difference makers opportunity to them. Tell us a little bit more about that.
The organizations and associations?
Yes, and they're being able to set up their TV show, their TV network, and how their members play a part in that.
Okay, so if we just take a look at it from a business perspective, let's not go into all the nonprofits. Let's just look at it for profit. We as business owners join networks to grow our business. So, I mean, it takes a lot for us to take an hour to drive to a place. I don't care if it's around the corner. It takes time to get ready. You go there, you park the car, you go inside, you mingle, then there is a speaker, you're spending money to network with people. This is offline. So half the day is gone. And we're joining people because we want to network with people. We want to connect with people. We want to grow our business because we think they're going to give us referrals. Somehow that networking association or organization is going to help spread the word about who we are and what we do and make other people want to come and, meet with us and call us and hire us and whatever it is that we want them to do. That's why we join networking organizations. Even if it's an online networking organization, whether we're joining LinkedIn or Facebook or the other ones, we're spending a lot of time going in there, liking people's stuff and responding to people's stuff, taking time to think about what we can do, writing articles and posts and putting it all there, wanting for it to have this ripple effect so people can see our brilliance and do all that. We take a lot of time to do that. And where do we want to go? Which meetings do we want to go back to? Are the ones who are giving us those results, where we are getting the ROI on our time and the commitment that we're putting in, including having those rubber chicken lunches. So now think about this. Why do people not maintain their membership? Why do we not go back to the organizations, associations? Why do we not renew the membership? Because we did not get what we were looking for most of the time. We jump from one to the other, to the other, to the other. Now, what if that organization, as soon as you joined, would actually be interviewing you for your expertise? What if they had an in-house reporter and they would interview you? And what if they put you on their members area? You're being interviewed for your expertise, whether it's in a place of your business or whether it's in, during the event, whatever it is. So you're being interviewed for your expertise as a part of your membership package. Would that make a difference? Would it help for you to be able to send out a video of you being interviewed for your expertise so you could talk about who you are? That's it. Now, most people don't like to be on camera because they don't know what to say, how to say it, all that. But what if you had actual free training in that even, available from that organization? So they made you look powerful and feel powerful enough for you to share the knowledge and so your passion comes across. Would you want to join that organization? You betcha. So that's part of my ripple effect, if you will, with associations, organizations, because if I can help one organization empower 1,000 of their members who are business owners and consultants and speakers and trainers and authors to get their message out there, then I'm playing a small part in a big, huge ripple effect, because each one of those people could be impacting millions of lives. So this is the power of it. But let's get back to that organization. So even if they don't have, I train authors, I train speakers to share their knowledge. So if we had a reporter trained in your organization, would that make a difference for the organization? Would that make a difference for the members? You betcha. So that's what that is. And so even if they don't have it, I can send a reporter to interview the members. It's that simple. That's the aspect of it, that every time we do it, identifying a person of influence, that the impact, that is going to make. And if I train one person within an organization that has 1,000 members rather than go out there and look for 1,000 people. That's what we're looking for, impact. And this is the leveraging mechanism that comes in with this whole using video in front of the right groups. You put that interview of you, the video of you being interviewed in that LinkedIn group, in that Facebook group. You think more people are going to be paying attention rather than you just showing up talking about how great you are? That's the difference. That's the leveraging impact. That's what I'm so excited about.
And that is something to be excited about, because people are looking for these opportunities and there's no one else that's doing it. So I'm excited that it's you. I'm excited about the divine guidance that you've received to move in this direction. And I know that there are people out there who are the experts to be featured in an upcoming Global Difference Maker show. And I also want people to know that as a part of the crowdfunding campaign, that they can donate and receive some amazing trainings that you've done that are digitally based. And the experts and organizations that are featured, that the things that we've just been speaking about are things that are available. And that's how the campaign has been designed. You know, Anne's talked about all of the training that she's done over the years and the benefit that experts have had by being a part of all of that. And what she has come to realize too is that it can be done in a greater scale. And the crowdfunding campaign allows for the ripple effect to begin with experts, through experts, contributing to the campaign and getting the training so that they are then prepared for the next level. Because in business, we all know that business is evolutionary. We as individuals are in this evolutionary process. And one of the things that you want to make sure is expressed in your campaign video is each level of benefit that's available by people participating, contributing to your campaign. And so this next question has been strategically designed to bring that aspect into play. So at this juncture, you know what the project is, you know who Anne is, you've seen the passion that she's expressed, and you know who is ultimately going to benefit. And it's the experts as well as all the people that these experts will touch, the lives that they will touch. But then let's talk about those who are donating and what it is that they are going to be able to receive. There's different types of crowdfunding campaigns. Most campaigns are either donor-based, meaning you contribute, you know that you're a part of this amazing thing that's going on, or they're donor and rewards based. And that's what Anne has elected to do with the Global Visibility Initiative and the Global Difference Makers campaign. It's donor and rewards. It's the reciprocal energy that's being brought into all of this. And one of the big things that we do as part of your strategy design. And so with this next question, you get to talk about how it is that you are, again, very passionate about the fact that this campaign is going to help so many people. And by contributing, here's some of the things that you'll receive. So, and anything to add to that before I actually get into how the question is formed and asked?
Well, no, actually, we can talk about the packages we created and the mindset behind it. Should we talk about that?
Yes.
Okay. So the campaign itself, the thing about me is that I always want to make sure that everything can be repurposed. You know, you do one thing, you know, you can use it many different ways. So when looking at designing the campaigns, the packages was one thing. And the best way to describe it is that PBS. You know, you're watching a concert of your favorite artist, and the first thing they do is like, oh, isn't this wonderful? Donate $25 and you will get the CD. Donate $75, you'll get the CD and the DVD. $250 will get you a ticket to the concert. I'm like, I love that because I want to support them because they're bringing the concert to me anyways. And yeah, I'd love to have it. So here's the money. So that idea, it's not just give us, give. It's like you're going to get something for it, something that you like. So that's one aspect of it. So we actually created packages, everything from $100, which will teach people how to create their docu-branding story, you know, the story of who we are, how the product or program got together, all the way to the purpose behind it, which is what you've been hearing me talk about this entire time. Why do I do what I do? And it's designed to make it really easy for you to maneuver through. $100, it's used like a $197 program, but for $100 donation, you get that. All the way to all kinds of programs, online combination programs, including how to set up your home studio for $300 to do what I'm doing. That will go into, you know, just like, you know, with a click of a button, I can actually play training videos, or I can actually play interviews of experts that I've done. I can produce a TV show on my own with a click of a button with $300 worth of equipment. This is stuff I was teaching at a digital Hollywood conference to TV and movie producers on how to really use technology to go global for very little money. And, you know, because they're so used to spending hundreds of thousands of dollars an episode, you know. So this is stuff that's actually included in a training. Do you want to learn how to do that? Great. Donate this much. And it's only like $200 or another $100 or whatever it is, different packages. Learn to tell your story, learn to set up your home studio, come to a live training. So these are all the things that people are already registering to get training from me. So why not, you know, bring that into the mix so people are helping us to make a difference at the same time. So it's a win-win all around. And we actually have packages going all the way up to $100,000 for corporations. Am I expecting a corporation to go in there and click a button to give a $100,000 donation? Heck no, but it's there. They know that we do that. I expect to get a phone call saying, you know what, come and train our people. Or organizations for $50,000, we'll train all your people across so you can have your own TV show. And so these are some of the things that are available. So showcase who you are, what you do, the bigger packages that you have that are available, whether it's retreats or whatever. These are all can be included in a bigger package. How cool is that, right? So that's one. But there's another aspect of this too, because you're going to be producing your docu-branding. We started saying, you know what? Who should be featured within the show? Well, guess what? Some of your best clients should be featured within the show. Some of your customers who have bought your products should be featured within the show. The ones who are working with you should be featured in the show. And guess what? Chances are they can probably help some of your other clients. That's what I call co-op marketing. So that's part of actually what I teach. So we brought that into the mix too. So we'll be able to bring in some of the people that are already working with me, supporting my clients. We said, let's band together. So that's going to also reduce the amount of money we need to raise through crowdfunding, because we're going to be able to do co-op marketing to get it out there. So there's so many ways. And the best one, the really fun one that I'm really excited about, nominations and contests. So guess what? You get to nominate people who have made a difference in your life, people you know that are making a global difference. And if that person is you, even better. Okay, nominate yourself or the people who are making a difference. We want to know who you are. We want to showcase you. We'll be having contests. So even if people don't make it on the show itself, we'll be talking about the people who have made a difference. We'll be spotlighting. So share your story. We'll be sharing your story to make that ripple effect. You know, send us some of your the free gifts that you offer to people on your website. We'll be sharing that across the globe. So it's all about getting together and sharing. And the thing to keep in mind is that Lynn and I were talking about the 80-20 rule. You know, we know that 20% of everything that happens, you know, is responsible for 80% of the results. You know, most people that are getting results are that in the 20% area. And here's the other part. We always hear about the one percenters. Where do you think those one percenters come from? They're in the 20% pool. We are the ones who are rising up to the one percenters. The 20%, we make a global difference. And from there, we raise the bar for the one percenters so they can make a bigger difference. And those one percenters, they will be raising us up at the same time, because working together, we're all raising each other. So we're looking for the people who want to make a difference. If you're listening to this and you're excited about what we're doing, you're in the 20%. You already have a passion, a burning desire, this thing that you have to do, you can't help but do, just like I was, you know, prompted to do 3 o'clock in the morning. You have one of those things in you that the world has to know about. So you're in that 20% pool. So join in, dive in the deep end. The water's really good. So anyways, that's kind of what this is about, as far as how to create the packages. What is it that you do? Get together. And because of the way we're creating this whole mechanism, you have a lot of choices as to how you want to structure yours. And Lynn is absolutely brilliant at the packaging, because what we did was just like looked at, you know, kind of bullet points of all the different things that I do. We're like, oh, well, this package, this price point, that price point, and here are all the other ways we can do it. So there's like a whole masterminding mechanism where if we do this right, we have, not if, we are doing it right, but if we are strategic in every aspect of it, we will create an evergreen crowdfunding campaign, not only for us, but everybody else that actually is working with us. Because at the very least, you can have an evergreen crowdfunding campaign for scholarships. So that means that people who cannot afford to, you know, to buy your products or services, and if they're absolutely brilliant, you can have a scholarship fund sitting there, just like we all should and have access to. There are a lot of scholarship funds available. So, you know, people who are brilliant, they have a hand up. You know, there is support mechanism. At the very least, you can do that. So every time somebody buys a product from you, they know you're doing good. And it's a great way to promote your own products and services, at the same time make a difference. And that's what this whole thing is about. That's why Lynn and I are working together. And so this is turning to be quite an in-depth training now. Lynn and I have to go back now, look at all the different pieces, and then turn this into a 15-minute, you know, interview that it will end up going on a website. So you're going to see the end result. But this is what happens behind the scenes. I mean, literally, we're sharing with you what we think, how we think. You're hearing me describe all the things I'm doing, and you're hearing Lynn describe why these parts are important in the crowdfunding arena. Okay, this all comes together. So was that enough, or what do you think? We got
that was great. And to bring it all together, this is the point at which I would be asking about the people who are the contributors to your campaign, because most of them are going to be the experts that say, I want to get out there as well. They're going to be the people that say, I want to support the 20% supporting the 1%, right? And then there's the opportunity for you to actually invite them. So it's like, it's me asking you, in being in the excitement of it all, for anyone who wants to get involved to become a featured expert on the Global Difference Makers show, anyone who wants to participate by donating and receiving some of the amazing trainings that you have, or those who are experts and leaders in organizations who see the potential of what connecting would do for them, this is you operating in your gift shift and bringing that understanding to others so that they can better operate in their gift shift. And what would you, I mean, how do they go about connecting? You know, this is where you're like, okay, you know I'm doing this, you know who you are and how you fit into everything. You've seen the passion, but now you have to tell people how to connect, right?
Yeah.
So how do people connect? Where should they go? What should they do when they get there?
Okay. Well, first, as far as us, if you want to connect with us, you go to the Global Visibility Initiative .org, globalvisibilityinitiative.org. And the reason you want to go there is because not only you're going to be able to see this training behind the scenes, but you're going to be able to see the, you know, the Global Difference Makers fundraising campaign, the story behind it. But this is the Global Visibility Initiative is where we're going to be featuring all these different campaigns. You'll be seeing the contest, you'll be seeing the prizes, you'll be seeing the our whole co-op marketing collaborative team, the people who are there to support you. So whatever you want is there. And you will also be able to go there and say, hey, I want to donate my products, I want to donate my services, I want to give away some things, I want to volunteer, whatever. I want to share the message with my group, I want to interview you for my group. You will have all kinds of opportunities to really participate and support this, and let us know that there is some work to be done in one part. You know, I was recently actually on a call with a young lady in Armenia, which I'm going to be going there. This is actually kind of new, but it's a world organization, and they were getting ready for the Nelson Mandela Award. They were, you know, they have to submit their nominations, the results of what they're doing. Why should they be, you know, awarded that? I'm like, tell your story. So it happens every year. I actually had a conversation with this young lady for last year's, but you know, it was so close to the deadline they couldn't. So now I'm actually going to go there, and I'm going to go work with them right there and help them, teach them how to document what they're doing, the good that they're doing. So do you have a country or a village or whatever it is, a city that you're working in, there's some great work being done, and you want to nominate them for whatever award, you want to know how to do this, let us know. Well, if I'm nearby, I'll come there. If it's one of the other, you know, hundreds of, you know, thousands of experts that we're training across the globe, they'd be happy to come over and interview you and show you how to do it yourself. You know, you need some free training, let us know. The free training is available. So there's something for everybody. This is the Global Visibility Initiative. Global Visibility Initiative. We're out to make a global difference by making everybody who needs to be visible, to be seen and heard by the people we're meant to serve. It's that simple. So come in, join us, help us, you know, let us help you. Whatever it is, it's all about helping each other. So that's where you go, and that's kind of it. globalvisibilityinitiative.org. Yeah.
Don't forget to press the contribute button.
Yeah, while you're at it, there you go. There you go. Yeah, seriously, what you do, what we could use, as always, anything is about spreading the word. Yes. We're doing good work, and you know, if we're going to be impacting 50 million lives this year, we need to get that money, we need to get that ripple effect, we need to get that going in there. And the amount of money actually we're raising is really, when I tell producers this is what we're doing, it's like, you can't do a show for that. Yes, we can. Watch us. Been there, done that. And because we're teaching people to create their own videos. Okay, we don't have to hire those film crews, paying thousands of dollars, you know, an hour, sometimes a day, whatever it is, to go to places. I'm empowering people, teaching them how to create their own videos, how to tell their own stories, how to have their own TV show, how to take what they're doing on Facebook and turn it into TV quality commentaries and tips and resources that they're sharing, to turn Facebook Live into your broadcasting mechanism, but show up looking professional. Just like I'm doing. I can press the button right now and go live on Facebook Live looking the way I do. Would you think I was sitting in a TV studio and broadcasting? You betcha. What about Lynn? How many experts have you seen being interviewed from their home office looking that professional? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This could be you. So anyways, that's what we're doing. That's why you want to go donate and learn and spread the word and support us.
Fabulous, fabulous. And I think you could feel the energy there where things are kind of wrapping up. And you can actually, thinking back on where we started and how we flowed through this training, you can see how this has all come to bear and get the feeling that things are kind of wrapping up. So to actually close out the interview, there's a couple of questions that you want to ask. And the biggest is, or that the interviewer would want to ask, and the biggest would be the question that ties everything all together. I think Ann did an amazing job of doing that just a second ago, or a few seconds ago. But really to understand the wrap-up thing, the last question being asked is just that. Understanding that you now have a place to go, the interviewer would remind the audience of the link to the website, whether it's a crowdfunding campaign or the website, crowdfunding campaign platform link, or the website that then takes them to a platform, or whatever it is. The host would do that in wrapping up, but ask that final question. So you want to be prepared to have that answer. As we wrap up our time together, is there anything else that you'd like for the audience to know about the project, how to participate, or your passion behind it all?
That is perfect. That question will give everything, and I've already answered it, so I'm not going to do that. But bottom line is that when just when you're being interviewed, when Lynn's going to make sure, if you're working with her, if you're not, anytime we call you, anytime you're putting anything up, just final thought. Anything you need to say. I find that to be the most powerful question of all, especially interviewing, people who have a lot of information. The specific questions come out, we ask them and all that, but at the end of it, that's when their passion comes out. That's when the magic happens. It's just like, you probably felt it at the end of it when I shared more information, with the last question than a lot of the other one put together. So now it becomes, Lynn and I are going to go in there. We're going to be working with this recording and coming up with the video that you're going to be seeing on the website itself. So this is a great training, Lynn. Thank you. It's going in our trainers area.
Yay!
Thank you.
Great minds coming together. Thank you, Ann. I think I told you, I'm so excited to have gotten the opportunity to do this. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time. To know that we are here now, and that this is really just the first of several other interviews that we're going to be doing together. And I'm excited about the things that I've learned, as well as the things that I've been able to teach. So
that's the beauty of it, learning from each other, teaching each other. And if each one of us is in our brilliance, if each one of us is in our gift shift, which there's a whole thing about the gift shift I'm not going to go into right now. But Lynn is in her gift shift. I'm in my gift shift. That means we're both doing what we're supposed to do, sharing with each other, and then amazing things happen. And all of a sudden, working together, we're going to be impacting 50 million lives beyond. Okay, that's the gift shift that happens when two people get together.
yes.
Thank you, Lynn. So thank you everybody for joining us, and we'll be seeing you online, looking for those donation buttons. There we go. Okay, so stop.